Good evening, everyone. Here we go. How are we doing? I'm just trying to help some people get into the call today. If you can all hear me okay, can you let me know in the chat, please? And then let me know also where you're tuning in from as well. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Julie. Excellent. Tuning in from Missouri. Hopefully this link works. It works for you guys, so I don't understand why it doesn't work for everybody, and I'm not technical enough to figure it out, but hopefully we'll get it working. All right.
Thank you so much. I'm finally here. Thank you.
Oh, there you are. Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy. Well done. Was it that second link that worked then?
Yes, it was. I thought it, although I do a lot of Zoom calls, I was assuming it was something wrong with the iPad, but thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
No worries. No worries. I'm glad it worked. Excellent. All right. Welcome. Welcome to day 2. How is everyone feeling after day 1? Yesterday was heavy. We went nearly 3 hours. It was a long, long night, but it was so powerful, so wonderful, so good. A lot of things came up for people, which is so good. It's healing. We want to have those releases. So I just want to do a check-in today. How's everyone feeling right now? Either if you were here live yesterday or you just watched the replay. How are you doing? And if you didn't catch up to any of that yet, that's all right as well. How are you feeling? How's everyone feeling? Let me get this. Yesterday I could see all of your beautiful faces, and today I can't. Oh. Julie, I'm feeling better today, but yesterday was a lot. I'm glad you're feeling better today. Yes, yesterday was definitely a lot. It was a lot that we went through, a lot of stuff that came up for people. But we're going to start shifting some of that today and start stepping into the fire and into the power. Oh, that's okay if your camera doesn't work. It's not just you specifically. I had like a whole row of all of the people that were tuned in yesterday, and whether they were on their video or not, it still showed me everybody, and now it's not, and it's just me because I don't really know how to use this all that well when I'm doing share screen. So it's not anything you guys are doing. Sasha, I'm feeling okay. Sally, I'm so happy to be here. I missed yesterday and I will watch the replay. Excellent. Good, good, good. Well, welcome. Welcome today to... So today is all about stepping into the fire, and this isn't the fire that burns, it's the fire that the phoenix rises from. Oh, Bethany, you made it. Excellent. So happy to have you here. So this is the stuff that all of the things that were coming up yesterday, whether it was emotions, whether it was physical feelings in your body, words, memories, anything that came up. Maybe there's not a word for it. Maybe it's just an energy feeling, whatever it was. These are the things that we're going to release today into the fire. We are going to do a small ritual today with a candle. If you have a candle, great, go get it now. If you do not have a candle, that's completely okay as well. I actually, of all the days, do not have a candle myself. So it doesn't matter if you have one or not, we will still do the ritual and it will still be the same. But if you do have one and you want to use a physical candle, then go ahead and get that. So welcome to the fire of transformation. So just a quick recap. Hello, I'm Emma. I am a survivor, a mother, a healer, and a firewalker. This is a video of me walking over hot coals. And I want to just tell a little bit of my own story here. So I used to be completely fearless, rock climbing with no strings or harnesses or anything. I grew up in the mountains in Vermont, and we would just free climb, drop cliffs. I've been scuba diving with bull sharks. I've walked through alligator infested waters in Florida, which I to this day, I can't even imagine I did that. Just ridiculous things, but I was fearless. And then trauma hit and it built up again and again and again. And that fearlessness that I had became a fear of everything. And it was so hard for me to step forward into anything, a new relationship, a new career, a new anything new, anything that was not my norm was terrifying. It was so scary to take that step, to take that leap into something different. And 6 years ago, or no, 5 years ago, I did my first fire walk. And the people that I do the fire walks with, they get you all hyped up and you stand around the fire and it's beautiful and there's a ceremony that goes into it and you're trying to hype yourself up, but you're scared. You're so scared to tell yourself that you are going to walk across these hot coals. And one of the practices that they do is after the fire is like getting ready, everyone gets handed an arrow. And I meant to post a picture in here and I didn't do that. I have a video as well. But what you do with the arrow is you take the point of the arrow and you place it on the soft part of your neck here. And the other end goes into a board that somebody's holding. And you step into that arrow until it bends and breaks. And I was terrified, like frozen in fear. I could not believe people were doing this. I sat and I waited and every single person went before me and I was the last one to go and everyone's like, come on, you can do this. And it wasn't a pressure thing, but my friends were there and they were like, come on, you can do this. And I was just absolutely terrified. I'm like, nope, I'm going to be the one that this impales. I'm going to be the one that this just like, this is it. And I was so scared of it. And in that moment, I realized this is a pattern that I am holding in my life with everything. I am so afraid of everything. And my son was with me, and it's my biggest mission, as well as helping all of the women that I can. But my son, especially, to show him that you don't need to be afraid going into life, going into all of these new things. And it's okay to step forward into the things that are really scary and be yourself and find that empowerment within you. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it for him. And I was shaking. I was so scared. And I get up there and I put the point of the arrow on my neck and the other goes into a board that John, my teacher, was holding. And I was looking in his eyes and I started to push. And I just felt that resistance pushing back. I'm like thinking to myself, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to break this arrow. It's going to go right through me and I'm going to die. And all of these panic thoughts were coming up. All of the things that you're not strong enough, you're not good enough, you're the only person that bad things happen to. All of those thoughts were rushing into my head. And I had this audience, people were standing there and they're being supportive and wonderful and beautiful. But in my head, I'm just like, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. Like all of these terrible feelings came. I stood my ground and I kept pushing and I pushed, and it was painful at first, but I pushed all the way into it, and I snapped that arrow. And after doing that, it was a breeze to walk across the fire. And now I'll try to post the video. I think it'll be quite easy for me to post it in the Facebook Messenger group. I just smash them now, and we do them every fire walk we do, which is multiple every year, probably 15 fire walks a year. We just smash it, like no resistance whatsoever. It's the most beautiful experience. My son does it. He's so good at it. He loves it. But the thing that was so empowering about this is it's that we are the only ones holding ourselves back. We are the only ones waiting for things to get better when they won't necessarily get better until we take that step, until we step into that arrow, until we walk those flames. And so that is my story. That is why I am here today. It's a little bit different of a story than I told you yesterday, but I wanted to share that. And so yes, so welcome. I really want to get this video going because I loved seeing all of your faces, or at least all of your like profile pictures yesterday. Where is everybody? How can we do this? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. So before we begin, again, I'm not going to read through all of this, but just a note, I am not a psychologist or a medical professional. If you are going through something that feels like it's too much, please reach out to a professional. If you are in danger, physical danger, please reach out to the police. And then just real quick, sacred gifts for all of you, prizes to be won, 1,111 pounds off of a 6-month one-to-one package with me, free readings, free discovery calls. The more you interact with me, the more you interact with each other, the more you interact with Facebook group, and the more you share your story, the more chances you have of winning. And then I just wanted to gift everybody in the group, no strings attached, 500 pounds off any one-on-one with me, and as well a free month in my online academy where you learn how to deepen everything that we're doing here, heighten your intuition, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff like how to see ghosts and a bunch of folklore and lots of really beautiful stuff. So there's a free month trial in there. Again, no strings attached. This is just my gift for you for showing up. So today's going to be a lot shorter than it was yesterday. We're going to zoom through this. We're going to be that fire. We're just going to light it up, get through this, and really start to put these things into practice. So what is the fire that transforms? Today we release what no longer belongs, so the truth of who you are can rise. This is not a day for shrinking. This is a day for burning away what no longer serves. That weight that you've carried, the mask that you've worn, the beliefs that kept you small, all of it, we're offering it to the flames. So today we step into the fire that does not destroy, but purifies, awakens, and rebirths. Through breath, energy work, and journeying, journaling, that should be journaling, you'll be invited to surrender what no longer fits and rise lighter, clearer, and more powerful than before. So today we are doing things slightly different than yesterday. We do have 2 major journal prompts that we're going to do, but we're doing both of them at the very end after we do the deep healing experience, the meditation hypnosis session, because a lot is going to come up within that, and I want the journaling to be after that. I had originally set one before and one after the hypnosis work, but I've just now switched it so both of them are afterwards, so that you really are able to have your experience in the flame and then journal what comes up for you. How is everyone doing? How does that all sound? Excellent. All right. So, things that we're going to cover today: old patterns that keep you small. We're going to be letting go of the automatic reactions and choices shaped by fear and survival so that you can begin responding from truth and not trauma. Outdated mindsets and beliefs, burning away that inner critic. We talked about that quite a bit yesterday. Those voices that are constantly, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, all of those things, shifting that story, changing that story. So burning away the limiting beliefs, inherited conditioning, and making space for clarity, possibility, and self-trust. The fear of stepping into your power. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Releasing the grip of self-doubt and guilt so your voice, boundaries, and intuition can rise with strength and softness. And then your emotional blocks and the stuck energy, transmuting the heaviness that you've held in your body so your heart, breath, and nervous system can finally exhale. So I promise we don't have as many of these as we did yesterday. There's only 4, not 140 or however many I had yesterday. I think it was 12. I don't know. I don't remember. There were too many. But it was all good. It was all such good, deep, powerful information. So old patterns, letting go of automatic reactions shaped by fear or survival so that you can begin responding from your truth and not your trauma. Now, there's this one practice, I have no idea where I heard this. I heard it years ago, but it's completely altered my life, and it is the easiest thing to do. And it's called the 10-second pause. And there's lots of different reasons that you would use this. I'll give you some examples of what I normally use it for, but you can use it in this instance. So anytime you're having an automatic reaction to something, instead of having that jump at whatever your reaction is, stop and breathe for 10 seconds. Within that 10 seconds, you have enough time to alter your thought process, to settle your nervous system, and to change whatever reaction you're going to have. Just having 10 seconds to breathe and not react is enough to completely rewire your nervous system and your brain to have completely different positive reactions. This is a really, really powerful tool. When I was learning about this, it was one of the things that they were teaching was about, I can't remember if it was specifically had to do with kids or not, but I use it with my son, with Aiden. And it says, when you're sitting with your kid or anybody, and you're just kind of at that point where they're like talking and talking, you want to tune out, you want to do something different, you're kind of reach the limit, just pause and give yourself 10 seconds. If you can sit for 10 more seconds, you can sit for another minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I started doing that with my son when he's just like going on and on and on about Fortnite or dinosaurs or whatever, like the stories that I've heard a million times. And I get to that point when I'm like, okay, I'm going to tune out. I'm going to tune out. This is too much. I just say, okay, 10 seconds. I can listen, like really, really listen, really, really pause for 10 seconds. And after that 10 seconds has passed, I feel completely fine. I could sit for another hour with him listening. And it's giving yourself that time to be present in that moment. That 10 seconds changes everything. So when you feel a reaction, when you feel something coming up, try to use that 10-second pause. So old patterns, what can that look like? It can look like saying yes when you want to say no. It can be avoiding change even when you long for it. Playing small in relationships, business, or your dreams. Repeating old dynamics even when they hurt. Feeling frozen when you're trying to step forward. So this, I feel like, has a lot to do with the firewalking story I had. So much of you wants to take that big step, that initial step. There's so much fear holding us back in that freeze of, can I do this? Can I actually step forward? Can I actually leave the situation? And being able to step outside of that freeze, moving into that fire within you is life-changing. So how can we begin to release these things today? Pattern pause. When something is coming up, ask yourself, is this my truth or is this my trauma? Body grounding. Place your feet on the floor, slow breaths, and remind your body that I am safe now. Truth journaling. Where did I learn this? What do I choose now? A lot comes up when you do truth journaling. Has anyone done that before? Anytime you really just start to write, where did I learn this? And just kind of let the words come out. A lot of the information that begins to spill out can be quite surprising. Beautiful, beautiful practice. And supportive traumas. I can choose again. I no longer need to stay small, to be safe. Any type of trauma that you want to give yourself that is supportive. Really focusing on the negative phrases that you tell yourself. If you wrote some down yesterday, use those, the negative ones that you wrote down about yourself, and shift them and have that be your trauma. Flip it to the opposite, the positive aspect of it. And then tiny brave acts. Do one small thing today that your old self wouldn't do. What could that be? It could be something tiny. Usually those tiny things are what help us build the most. So old beliefs. Burning away that inner critic. Limiting stories and inherited conditioning. Make space for clarity, possibility, and self-trust. What can it look like? It can look like, I'm not good enough. Love must be earned. Something bad always happens when I hope. Fear of success, failure, or being seen. I imagine a lot of you have heard of the witch wound. I talk about it quite a bit in my teachings, but it's quite a popular, what's the word? Like, I can't think of the word. My brain is not braining so much today, but yeah, the witch wound. The witch wound has a lot of these things. It's that inherited conditioning passed down. Fear of being seen. It can also, of course, just come up from our everyday traumas or from our recent traumas. So how can you begin releasing these today? Name the voice. Ask yourself, whose voice is this? A lot of the time, what you are experiencing, the negative mindset that you have, is not yours. For example, I'm not good enough. Where did that very first come from? If you think back, if you can think back all the way back to the very first time you thought that, you were not a 2-year-old child getting, I don't remember what time kids start walking. months old. You're not a month old or 8 month old baby getting up, walking, and falling down and saying, well, I'm not good enough, I'm going to stop walking. We don't naturally think those things about ourselves. Someone else put that thought into your mind at one time in your life. So when was the first time that came up? Whose voice is that? Because it is not yours. And when we're able to name those voices, we can heal through them, saying, actually, you know what? That's not mine. That is that person's. And you know what? We don't even talk anymore. Or maybe it is a parent who is in your life, and you can heal through it by creating new boundaries. So bringing a name to it helps all of the healing. Truth reframe, choose a new belief. This is that switching again. I am allowed to succeed. I am not the story I was told. You get to change your story. Mirror mantras. These are a lot of fun. There's a really good book, actually. I think I have it right here. This one here. The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. This is a really good book, and she talks a lot about standing in front of a mirror and speaking positively to yourself, and then high-fiving yourself in the mirror. And there's it's a whole book of all of the reasons that it works, and it's really, really amazing. So anytime that you stand in front of the mirror, telling yourself positive things, telling yourself good mantras, telling yourself even just, I love you, good job for waking up this morning, you're doing great. That really helps to shift your mindset, because you are being the person that you need to hear those positive things from. A lot of us, when we go through any type of deep traumas, we find that we become isolated from the world, and we lose a lot of contact with people. And so we don't have the voices coming to us saying, it's okay, you're okay, I love you, everything's going to be okay. So when we can be that voice for ourselves, that's really, really, really powerful and beautiful. Who has tried the mirror mantras before? Anybody? I'm so sad I can't see all the faces. See full meeting. Don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, sorry, I just made my screen big and now I don't know how to make it smaller. There we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Hold on, sorry, bear with me. Okay, there we go. Now I've lost my chat box. There we go. Sasha, never done it. Julie, I've done mirror work that is similar. Excellent. I have a Louise Hay. Hay House books are great. Create a new story. This is one of my favorite practices. Write a short version of who you are becoming. We're going to do quite a bit of this tomorrow, but I want you to start this today. Not from pressure, but from possibility. Who is it that you want to become? Imagine that you are an author and you are writing a book. You are the main character of this book. What does she look like? How does she talk? What does she feel like? Where does she live? What is her home like? What is her job like? How much money is she making? What is her love life like? You get to create this story, and it's such a beautiful practice to be able to write out your manifestations and then begin watching them come into reality. But we're going to go deeper into that tomorrow, but you can start doing that today. Fear of stepping into your power. Release the grip of self-doubt and guilt so your voice, boundaries, and intuition can rise with strength and softness. What it can look like: over apologizing or downplaying your success, hiding your gifts. This might be a pretty popular one for anyone who's very intuitive. If you've ever gone through one of those phases, I definitely have, because I grew up in a very religious household. Hiding your gifts, hiding who you are. Who's experienced that before? Feeling like you had to hide your intuition. Oh, Bethany said, I love using mantras. Note to self, use them more often. Yes. Struggling to set or hold boundaries. Fear of being judged, attacked, or abandoned. The ways that we can begin releasing these today. Meet that fear. Ask, what was I taught would happen if I stood in my power? I want to pause with this one. I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and ask yourself, what was I taught would happen if I stood in my power? And I want you to specifically pick a situation that you are in right now, something that you've maybe felt stuck in, or you're not quite where you want to be yet. What is it that you are fearing if you stand in your power and move forward? Whatever comes up, if it's a word, a color, a feeling, an emotion, I want you to put it in the chat. Let's just share that together for a minute. No one would like me. Where do you think that comes from? Alone. Where do you think these come from? Parents. A lot of this stuff comes from our parents. So as you meet this fear, asking yourself, what was I taught would happen if I stood in my power? As the adult woman that you are today, if you were talking to a child, if you're talking to me, if I was in a terrible situation and you are a good friend and I go to your house and I'm really upset and I'm crying and I'm in a bad situation and I don't know what to do, and well, I do know what to do, but I'm too scared to do it, would you tell me, don't do it, no one would like you? Don't do that, you'll be alone if you do that. Of course not. Of course not, right? And what would you say instead? Those are the words that you need to be telling yourself. That is your truth. The words that you would give to someone else. Because of course it's not true that you would not be liked. I mean, maybe by the person that you're walking away from or the situation you're walking away from, but is that a bad thing? If they're being hurtful to you, if they're pulling you down and not letting you stand in your power, not be in your truth, not be safe, then is that a bad thing? Or the people that we love, the people that see us, they will never leave us for doing what is right. and definitely not for standing in our power. Speak your truth softly. Practice saying what you need, even gently, to rebuild self-trust. This is a really delicate process. Practice saying what you need. You might need to just start by saying this stuff to yourself first, and then slowly to your friends, to your family. Sometimes that word might be no or yes. Maybe it's I just need to rest. Whatever it is, practice saying what you need. Your needs matter. You matter. You are worthy of being seen and being heard. So practice that. Power posture. This is amazing. I think I learned this back in 2010 when I was in school for hypnotherapy. Power posture is you stand tall, shoulders back, you breathe deeply. And what you're supposed to do, and I didn't write it here, is you put your arms up in the air. So if you're ever watching a sport on not Facebook, on TV, and they make a goal and they win, what do? They're like, yes, they throw their arms up in the air, right? If you are in the wild and a gorilla comes chasing you to get you away from its family, what does it do? It puts its arms up in the air. It makes itself bigger, right? Make yourself bigger. When you make yourself bigger, putting your arms up in the air, having a straight back, you are telling your nervous system, whether it believes it or not, that you are powerful, and it shifts everything. I would get an unsettled feeling. It would take loads of effort to calm down from me struggling to deal with people's opinions. It is very unsettling, Bethany, to speak your truth. I imagine that's what you're talking about. That's why it's important to just start with yourself. Tell yourself the things that you need to hear first. And you will learn in time that people will not judge you for saying what you need to them as well. And it will come. It will absolutely come in time. I want you all to practice this power posture with me real quick. And if you're okay with it, if you can all just turn your videos on just for this bit. You can turn them off straight after, but I want videos on just for this bit. There we go, yes. And we're gonna just do this together. So we're gonna stand up. I'm gonna move my chair. Let's see. So we're just gonna stand up together. You're gonna put your feet just a little bit apart. Back nice and tall, and arms straight up. Just hold that for a minute. Tilt your head up just slightly. And take some nice deep breaths. Maybe make some noise every time you exhale. What I like to do to really get myself hyped up is even jump, just yes, like I'm celebrating, like yes, 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 I can do this. I'm amazing. I've got this. Yes. Woohoo! And just celebrate. Get yourself up. Get yourself, your body celebrating, your body big. Your body is completely shifting its nervous system when you are doing this. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. Woohoo! Say all of the things that you need to hear yourself say. Arms up. Shake it out. Stretch your body. Stretch it until your spine is as tall as it can possibly be. Reach for the ceiling. Feel your feet on the floor. There. Whew. Shake it out. Yes. Whew. How does that feel? How does that feel? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. One of my biggest fears is public speaking. It took me years and years and years to be able to get myself to do these live videos because I was so afraid of public speaking. And I started by doing this, and it's life changing. I love, 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 love doing these live videos now. I can't get enough of them. It's absolutely amazing. Julie, that was awesome. Yes, I love it. Anytime you're about to do anything that you find scary, you find yourself, I don't know if I can take that step. Oof, I don't know if I can say that thing. Put yourself in the bathroom. If you're somewhere public, if you're just home, do it in your home. There's always a place that you can just sneak away for a minute to have privacy, to not be seen by anybody else. It just takes 10 seconds, 30 seconds is all you need, and just do that, and your whole energy will shift. Love it. So powerful. Got my heart going, my blood is pumping. Yes, so awesome. So then also give yourself permission. It is safe to be seen. It is safe to be powerful. It is safe to be me. Taking that power back. Emotional blocks. Transmute the heaviness that we talked about yesterday. Yesterday was such a heavy day. Transmuting that, the heaviness that we've held in our body, so that the heart, the breath, the nervous system can finally exhale. What it can look like: numbness or emotional shutdown, sudden overwhelm or tears without reason. This is just that bubbling up when it gets to be too much. When we don't have that safe emotional release, it eventually comes out. So just that overwhelm, the tears of no reason. Feeling disconnected, heavy or off, tight chest, shallow breath, chronic tension, all of the stuff we talked about yesterday. And how can you begin to release it today? Gentle movement, walk, sway, stretch. Let your body lead the release. I see Bethany is tapping. That's so good. I don't think I talked about any of that. Tapping is an amazing healing modality as well. How does your body release? Sound release. This is really good, specifically if you are somebody that feels like your voice doesn't matter, feels like you can't speak what you need to. Practice just making noises. Hum, moan, sigh, speak, sing. If you're in a place where you can sing, that's amazing. I am a car singer. I will sing at the top of my lungs in a car for hours. I love, love, love long road trips because I will just sing and sing and sing and sing at the top of my lungs. And I can't do that in my apartment. So anything to get those vocal cords going. Sometimes it's just a hum, and that's okay. I read this beautiful thing somewhere just recently that if you're humming, you can't be thinking at the same time. So just If you feel like everything's getting to be too much, just hum. Maybe an om, just whatever is coming up for you. Just humming. It just helps everything come back to now. Emotional mapping. We did a little bit of this yesterday as well. Ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? So if something's coming up, place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and just ask yourself, where am I feeling this in my body? Usually you know right away. It's in your shoulders, it's in your back, your head, your throat, your feet, your hips, your chest. Where is this emotion in my body? And then just breathe into it. And as you breathe into it, just allow that to soften. Allow it to release. Creating a tear-friendly space. Give yourself permission to cry without judgment. Tears are a sacred release. So, with my son, we don't do this so much anymore because now he just feels safe enough to be anywhere. But we used to do a safe place under a blanket. And we would get together and we'd sit on the floor or sit on the bed and pull a blanket over us, like we're in a little tent. And anything that was said in that space, he could not get in trouble for. There was no judgment. If he needed to cry, he could cry and I could hold him and I would hold him. Like whatever happened in that space, it was judgment free. So he could tell me anything. And it was such a beautiful experience just to have that, just that tiny space that you make for each other. Now he knows, I mean, he's always known, but it was nice to just kind of have that visual, I think, for him for a few years. And now he comes home and he's like, can we talk? I'm like, absolutely. If you say that to me, nothing you say you'll get in trouble for, ever. Let's talk. What's going on? If you need to cry, I will hold you. Do you need me to respond? Do you need me to not respond? You can do that for yourself as well. Allow yourself that safe space to just release without judgment. Give yourself that permission. And a compassion mantra. I don't need to understand it all to let it go. I am safe to feel and free what's been held. How's everyone doing so far? We're going to go ahead and we're going to open the circle now. Yesterday I opened it with my story, but today, if anyone wants to take that first step into the fire and share their story, now is the space. So we are going to pause because that was a lot. We're just going to do a quick breathing exercise before we go into our ritual and then into our deep meditation. So this is just a really quick one. So just place your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just breathe in nice and deep. Close your eyes. And exhale. And I want you to just imagine a small flame igniting in your belly and igniting in your heart. And with every inhale that you take, that flame grows just a little bit bigger. And just breathe a few times into those spaces, into those flames, allowing them to grow and expand. Feeling your chest and your belly become a little bit warmer. And just say to yourself out loud, I am safe to let go of what no longer belongs to me. I rise from the ashes of my past and honor the woman I am becoming. And just take one more nice deep breath, feeling that flame expand, and then go ahead and open your eyes. How's everyone feeling? We are going to do a fire ritual release. So this is a physical activity that we're going to do. Sally's feeling calm. Beautiful. After this little ritual, we're going to go into the deep healing journey and then the 2 different journaling exercises. So what we're going to do, whether you have an actual candle or not, doesn't matter, but I want you to take your journal out and write what you are ready to release. You might want it to start with, I release the fear that, fill in the blank, or I no longer carry the belief that, fill in the blank, or I am letting go of, and fill in the blank, or however you want to word it. I want you to write down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to do this along with you actually. Just write down what you're ready to release. Oh, one fun fact, and I don't share this enough. Back when I was in school for hypnotherapy, one of the extensions that I did was handwriting analysis. And a fascinating fact, I forgot everything else about that course, about the handwriting analysis, but the one thing that I will never forget is that when you write in cursive and longhand, you are directly connecting to your subconscious mind. So if you are writing affirmations, if you are writing manifestations, if you're writing things you're ready to release, write it in cursive because you are directly connecting to the source of your subconscious mind. Just a little tip. So what are you ready to release? And just rip out your piece of paper. And fold it up. If you are doing this with a physical candle, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but be safe. We don't need any houses burned down. One of my favorite purchases ever was a cast iron cauldron from Amazon. I'm gonna grab it actually just to show you because it's the best thing ever. So I think this was like 12 pounds off of Amazon. It wasn't even a lot. It's an actual like cooking thing, but it comes with this wooden lid and handles. And I've never cooked in it. This is just what I do all my fire magic in. So I just take the lid off. You can see it's full of ashes and melted wax and everything still. But I use this for all my fireworks. So if I had a candle, which I don't, I would put the candle in here or light this on fire and then place it in here so that I don't burn my house down. Because I have almost burned the house down before doing fire magic. So be a little bit smarter than I was. If you don't have a candle, great. I don't have one today either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that piece of paper, fold it up, put it between your hands, and close your eyes, and imagine a sacred flame. Notice what color this flame is. It's not your typical flame. There's something so uniquely powerful and beautiful about it. Whatever it is that you wrote on that paper, if you want to pretend you're physically putting it into that flame, placing it into a bowl or placing it in front of you, or just visualizing yourself putting those words, those things you're ready to release into that flame. We're not doing it with anger or with judgment. It's reminding ourselves from everything from yesterday that all the things that we've held on to, all of the old patterns, all of the old ways of thinking, at one point they did keep us safe. And now it's ready to release because we don't need them anymore. So just with love, with compassion for yourself, just imagine yourself or physically placing those things into the flame. And just watch it burn away, dissolve away, melt away. As the ashes fall into the earth. And things rise into the air. Just repeating in your mind or out loud, I'm ready to release this now. Now, as you release this, what is it that you're going to open yourself to receive? What are you ready to receive? Just allow yourself to call that in, whatever it might be. As I release, I receive. And just fill in the blank. Take a nice deep breath and open your eyes. Or keep them closed because we're going to go straight into the sacred flame, the deeper journey now. So actually just keeping your eyes closed, place your feet firmly on the floor. Take a nice deep inhale, breathing all the way down into your belly. And then exhaling and sending that breath down into the earth. And it's taking 2 more deep breaths, breathing each breath down into your belly. And then sending it down into the earth. And just allowing yourself to be grounded and present in this moment. Very good. And I want you to imagine, picture, or pretend that you're standing at the top of a beautiful staircase. The staircase is descending 10 steps. In a moment, I will count from 10 down to 0. And as I do, you will descend down the staircase, relaxing deeper and going further into your subconscious mind. We begin the descent with 10. And you can see your feet, hear your feet, feel your feet taking you even deeper with 9. Relaxing deeper still with 8. And 7. Just allowing yourself to release and let go with 6. You can see your feet, hear your feet, feel your feet taking you even deeper with 5. And deeper still with 4. Just really saying yes to yourself with 3. Relaxing deeper still with 2. 1. And 0. Very good. You now find that you're standing at the bottom of the staircase, surrounded in a brilliant white mist. Unlike a normal mist, this mist is warm. It feels as if you've stepped into a warm cloud of light. And you feel this warmth tingling over your head, your face, your entire body, all the way down to your toes and your fingertips. And you begin to feel that this light isn't just warming your skin, but it's radiating deep into your body, lighting you up, healing you, cleansing you, and protecting you. You feel any heaviness, Any pain, fear, or anxiety just begin to fall away like grains of sand, just dropping away out of your body, out of your energy, just falling to the earth. Just bringing awareness to your body now, noticing anywhere that might still feel just a little heavy, just a little tight. And just sending that light to that place and feeling that tension and that heaviness soften and release. Just falling away like grains of sand back into the earth. And you feel so light, so protected, so calm and so relaxed. And as that mist begins to fade away, you notice that you're standing on a path that is winding into a beautiful ancient forest. And you begin to walk down this path, feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling the fresh air on your skin, hearing the soft, gentle sounds of nature around you. You can almost smell the trees and the earth. And it just feels so ancient and safe, as if all of your ancestors are standing in this forest, cheering you on, protecting you, guiding you. This forest feels familiar. As you continue walking down this path into this beautiful old forest, you come to a clearing. It's not a very large clearing, but it's large enough that a fire is burning in the middle. This fire is unlike any other fire you've ever seen before. The flames are crystal white and gold, and they reach nearly as high as the tops of the trees. It's so beautiful. And you get curious and you walk just a little bit closer. And you can feel that it's warm, but it's not hot. And you walk around it. And it has a strange feeling to it. It feels inviting. And you begin to play with the flames, gently and cautiously, just putting your hand in really quick and then pulling it back out, noticing that you barely felt anything at all. And so you put your hand in a little bit longer. You can see the flames dancing around your fingers, but it doesn't burn. You feel your hand begin to tingle with the energy of the sacred flame. And you begin to see little particles like sand falling away from your hand. Dark shades and shadows, maybe some mucky water, just negative energy that you've held, both physically and emotionally. The things that you've held on to for too long. You just begin to fall away into that flame. And as it falls into the flame, the flames grow even wider. And you don't bother to take a step back as it comes right up to your feet now, because you feel safe, because you know these flames cannot and will not hurt you. You know that these sacred flames are to cleanse you, to transform all of that negativity, all of that hurt, that pain and fear, and to just dissolve it away out of your body. And so instead of taking a step backwards, you take a step forward. And you feel these beautiful flames dancing up your legs, dancing around your hips, your body, your arms, your face, your hair. It feels completely enchanting and magical. And you feel the magic dancing all over you. It's warm, but not hot. And you begin to feel and see all of those negative things, those memories, those experiences, those emotions, those old ways of thinking, those old patterns. They just begin to fall away out of your body. Dripping away, melting away, dissolving away. All of that darkness taken by the flames, turned instantly to ash. As it falls to the earth. And you feel yourself becoming lighter. You feel yourself becoming more free. And you just allow yourself to let go. To not hold on anymore. To just allow yourself to loosen that grip that you've had. And to release. As all of those things just continue to fall away. turning to ash and falling to the earth. That beautiful flame is so tall and so wide. Your entire being, your entire energetic field is completely swallowed by it in these beautiful, radiating flames. And you realize that as these other things have been falling away from you, as you've been releasing them, that darkness, that heaviness, you don't just begin to be physically lighter, you begin to glow, you begin to shine and radiate. And you look within you, within your heart space, and you see that a flame has ignited there. The same type of flame, the beautiful crystal, clear and golden light igniting within your heart. And all of the walls that you've had up around your heart, they collapse. They just fall away as that flame within your heart expands. You can feel the heat of this flame. You can feel the softness within your chest. And it begins to expand even further, moving and dancing within your body, within all of your chakra energy centers, within your aura. With every breath that you take, that flame within you expands even further. Until it fills your entire body, your entire being, and meets with the flame outside of you. You take a step out of that flame now, but you are still radiating, glowing like the sun, shining the most brilliant, confident, beautiful colors. And you notice that as you walk out of these flames, they're still with you. They're still in your heart space and within your entire being now. They are part of you. And anytime heaviness tries to come back, this flame just dissolves it away to ash, letting it fall into the earth, never to be retrieved again. And you notice that this version of you that is walking back down this path is not the version of you that first stepped into the flames. It is a version of you that you are ready to be. The version of you who has said yes to herself. The version that says, "It is my time to shine." The version that says, "I am enough." And I am worthy of peace, I am worthy of success. I am worthy of love. The version of you that says, I am now the author of my story, and I get to choose what happens now. And you walk back down that path, out of that forest, feeling radiant, feeling confidence building within you, feeling that whisper inside of your heart, that whisper of the flames. It makes you feel like 1,000 generations of ancestors are supporting you. You're not alone. You are not judged. You are so completely supported. You place your hand on your heart, bringing gratitude to that space, to that flame. Knowing that you have released so much these last 2 days. And as you're walking down this path back to the staircase, you notice that there is a mirror suspended in the air. The most beautiful antique mirror that you've ever seen. In its full length, you can see your entire reflection from your head to your toes. And you look in this mirror and you notice just how radiant and beautiful you are. You love this version of you, this version of your becoming. In that reflection, you notice she reaches out of the mirror towards you, holding something in her hand, a gift that you now get to receive because you have made the space for it. Notice what this gift is, what it is you're allowed to receive now, what it is that you're ready to receive. You take that gift from her hand and you place it within your heart, where it begins to expand. It begins to grow and glow, just like the flame within you. I am ready to receive all the good things now. Now in a moment I will count from 0 up to 5, and when I reach 5 you'll be wide awake, fully alert, feeling better than before. But first at 0 we always go just a little deeper. Allowing yourself to fully embody this gift. Allowing yourself to fully embody this flame. the sacred flame within you, lighting you up, healing you, supporting you, allowing yourself to fully embody this version of you that you are ready for. And now at 1, you're beginning to be aware of your surroundings again. 2, beginning to be aware of your body. 3, you can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. 4, eyes beginning to open. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. Taking a nice deep breath and have a nice stretch. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Who's still with me? Did anyone fall asleep? Sasha relaxed. Good. Excuse me. Is everyone else with us? I usually have at least one person falling asleep. Yesterday we didn't have any. I was quite proud of myself. I'm at 1 with myself. Thank you. Oh, lovely. Hi, Sasha. I love seeing your faces. Beautiful, beautiful faces. Excellent. So we have 2 back-to-back journaling entries for you to do. I'm going to give you a few minutes here, but then I'm going to post them in the replays page on the website as well, so that you can come back to them and really spend some more time with them. Oh, my nose is running. Sorry. So for this first journaling prompt, we've kind of just slowed our breath and already placed your hand on your heart. But if you want to do that again, you can. Letting that stillness settle, feeling that fire. And I want you to just journal what rose for you in that fire. What things came up for you when you stepped into it? What parts of you were the hardest to release? And why? And just answering these questions with curiosity, no judgment, just grace and love, knowing that everything that comes up for you is for a reason. What feels lighter, clearer, and softer now? What am I no longer available for? What things did you put down and say, no, I am done? And what new version of you is ready to rise? What did that new version of you look like? What did she feel like? So we'll just spend maybe 2 minutes here on this slide and let you answer those. And if you need to come back to this, I'll have it up on the website this evening so you can come back. It's just being really real, raw, and open with yourself as you answer these. And then just an optional ritual that you can do later is light a candle or hold a stone, a flower, or a piece of earth. Let it represent your inner flame, still glowing, still alive. As you write, imagine your wise woman sitting beside you, and she asks you, are you ready to stop hiding from your power? And even if you feel that resistance, that fear of breaking that arrow, of stepping on those flames, I want you to know that you are more powerful than that you can take these steps. You can step into your power. No matter how scary it might seem right now, once you do it, it changes everything. So if you need to come back to this slide, it will be available probably within the hour. I'm just going to move on to the next one. So this is the closing reflection and affirmations. In your journal, what did you surrender today? What did you give to those flames? What were you able to release, to let go of? It might be a word, it might be a feeling, it might be a color, it might be a texture. However it came to you is absolutely perfect. Write it down. Where do you feel space that used to feel tight? Where do you feel space? Where do you feel things are opening up? Where they used to feel heavy, where they used to feel tight. And what am I making room for now? What things are you ready to receive? When we can release, we can receive. What are you making room for? What are you ready to say yes to? And then the affirmation for today is, I am no longer defined by what I've survived. I release what was never mine. I rise rooted in truth, power, and peace. Now, as you go through these affirmations and journaling prompts, just allow yourself to breathe. If something's coming up for you, breathe through it. Tell yourself it's okay. You've done amazing. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for being here, for being present for yourself, for each other. You're beautiful, you're wonderful, and I'm so excited that you are stepping into this power and into these flames. Tomorrow we rise, but tonight we rest. We've done so much energetic work these last 2 days. Drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, and don't feel guilty about resting. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Just allow yourself that time. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you so very much. If you need to share more of your story, please do so in the Facebook group. That's what it's there for. And I love you all so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.